How's it going? I know I'm going live a lot earlier than I usually do, but I decided why not? Ah, y'all are sweet. Thank you. Thank you. It's a chilly day today, so. Hi. Lazarus Jackson. How's it going, everybody? Oh, hi, how's it going? Yeah, no, this was actually my mom's back in the 90s. I remember we were looking through a photo album and I'm like, this sweater is so sick. And she's like, I have that. I have that sweater still. So I swapped her a different sweater and I'm like, this thing is I've watched this a lot, but the quality is great, you know, something about the way that they were doing stuff before. But anyways, I am here to answer any sort of questions that you might have that I don't get to do, like I can't respond to all the time, you know? Look at this sweater, the outfit still looks new. Thank you. Yeah, the quality, I don't know. Nike's quality back in the day is really, really fire. You're the reason I have 35 decants now. Okay, tell me which ones are your favorites. Just quit my job working for Creed just 3 weeks ago. But for my time there, all of my sales are owed to you. For real, you gave me a lot of knowledge to even get the job. Oh, that's awesome. That's really sweet. What was your top seller? I'm going to assume it was Aventus. I'm going to assume it was Aventus. People tend to like that one. I think I had that sweater in the 5th grade. Listen, if you ever find it, if you didn't donate it or throw it away, just know that I'm here. I could easily send you my P.O. box or something like that. But that's really cool that you were hustling with your job at Creed. Yeah. My favorite PDM fragrance is Meliora. Meliora. Maybe Percival. But Meliora is just like the sexiest thing that came out of that brand. Aventus, of course, was a man with his woman, or men that usually Silver Mountain Water or Aventus Cologne. It was so, yeah, Aventus Cologne is really good, and Silver Mountain Water is really good. Ever tried Morning Chest? I have not. I've heard of that fragrance, and honestly, it kind of feels like a throwback because I heard about that like a year ago. Do you think the Aventus DNA is too old? Not really. I think that it's very versatile. I think you could smell it. It's not like a grandpa scent, you know? What's your favorite? I don't do that often. I mean, I'm not as like into it. You know what I mean? Maybe sativa. I'm Howie Wowie, you know? I just bought Latent Exclusive and Tobacco Vanille clone after watching your OG videos. Loving those so much. Should I go for Black Phantom by Killian? Why not? Black Phantom by Killian definitely has a strong personality type when it comes to fragrances. It's very mysterious, it's dark, and it's the type of scent that people want to smell like, but a lot of people can't really pull off, you know? But I would say, yeah, it's a good fragrance. I'm trying to do that, you know, when you like spin a pen with your hands. And I'm gonna try hopping on TikTok live after this. I just wanted to do like a quick, I'm trying to really make myself do quick lives, you know? So Aventus one time and someone told me smell, I don't know, maybe they smelled people wear that fragrance, you know? It's all good. And also skin chemistry is very different from person to person. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to say that your reviews are the most reliable ones, as our taste is literally identical. Nice. You make my fragrance search 100 times easier. So just wanted to say heartfelt. You are so sweet. Thank you. I'm happy that you and I are aligning, you know? So far, Side Effect, Oud Satin Mood Tuxedo, my top 3. It's cold where you are. Nice. Yeah, no, those push, specifically Oud Satin Mood. That's a loud fragrance, definitely. I have smelled one Clive Christian fragrance. It's called X. It was very much old Hollywood, like movie star actress. That's the vibe I got from it. Thoughts on Baccarat Rouge X Straight versus the regular? Will it smell different on me? I think fragrances smell different in general on people, but I prefer the extrait. I think the extrait is better than the EDP. And that was just off my first impression of it. When I sprayed it, I was like, oh man, this is so good. I would rather, to anybody, recommend the extrait. But would I include for a date night? Oh, hold on. What did you say? If you own a perfume brand, which notes would you include for a date night fragrance? I can't say. I really can't say, because if that thing happens, then I want to be like hush hush about it, you know. Sometimes our frag opinions change for maturity or experience. Is Elysium still in your top spot? I love Elysium. Elysium is, I also think another thing that pulls me towards that fragrance is the fact that whenever I pick up the bottle, it's almost done. So the fact that I'm holding it, I'm like, it's almost done. It has to be something I enjoy using. So that's why I say it a lot. But honestly, I'm going back and forth between the two same fragrances that I've been telling y'all about. So there's been nothing new there in terms of a scent that I really love. I mean, Parfums de Marly recently gifted me Sedley, and I love it, but it's not something I'm using as often as the other two, you know? So, I mean, if you look, maybe I'll make a video showing you where the dents are with those two fragrances, because they are drastic in comparison to everything else in my collection. Ever tried vodka on the rocks? I did. I didn't really care for it. Can you please make a video with rope chains? Nice. Oh, you want 8 millimeters and 10 millimeters silver. I would love to do that. Just know in advance I'm about to look super gaudy. Like, it's gonna look tacky on me just because it's gonna be massive on me. But again, it really varies depending on your build, right? So if you're somebody that's bigger than me, taller than me, then it might, you know, it might look better. But for me, 8 millimeters, 10 millimeters for that kind of look, not my style. But I'd love to review one for you. Are Asian, Pacific Islander, or Polynesian? I'm Filipino. I'm Asian. I don't say that I'm Pacific Islander or Polynesian. I mean, I could see why people like to say Pacific Islander, but it's, to me, I've always checked the box as Asian. With it, I don't check Pacific Islander. I think that that's, you know, specific to Hawaiians, Polynesians, and people like that. You tried the new Boss Scent Elixir. Saw that you liked the bottled elixir. You should try, that's what you're saying. I'd love to. I think that Hugo Boss elixir fragrance that I tried was nice. It was nice. And those fragrances, they were, in the video, if you guys watched that video, like, they were good. But they weren't, like, if you noticed my, like, genuine reactions to them, I loved Pie, it was familiar to me. But none of them were, like, none of them gave me the salt and pepper type of reaction. And, like, where I was like, this is so sexy. Like, this is a showstopper. I'm like, they're good. If you wear them, people will like them, you know? Elysium smells like home. You already know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. Your 5 all-time favorite fragrances. Honestly, I should make a video on this. I'm gonna make a video on this right after. You just inspired me. Thank you so much, because I was going on this live and I'm like, you know what, let me go on a live instead of film. But now I'm gonna do both. Shout out to Abid. And I'll shout you out in the video also. Just started collecting recently. Do you consider fragrances like Aero Sauvage and Dylan Blue to be overrated? I don't consider them to be overrated, y'all. In fact, I don't like really using the word overrated when it comes to popular fragrances, because they're popular for a reason. Like, if Sauvage and Eros didn't perform well, like, let's say they only lasted a couple hours but the smell was good and people were pushing, that'd be like, okay, hey, like, they're not really, at least on my skin, then I wouldn't say that. But I can't generally say that something is overrated like that. You know, I think Sauvage performs really well, it smells good, and it obviously gets great reactions from people. So, I don't know, people just want to seem different by saying that, oh, you shouldn't get it. But I will say there's always drawback, right? It's like I tell you guys, you will smell fantastic if you wear this, but just be cautious, because a lot of guys end up going for this fragrance. So it just becomes a matter of if you want to stand out or if you want to potentially smell like an ex, That's the downside to it. Not the smell, not the performance, not anything like that. Dylan Blue is great, by the way. I don't think that that's overrated. I've never smelled that in person, except actually I put my cousin onto that and he smells great. And my Ina, she wears it as well and she smells fantastic. Eros is something that I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's still good and I see why it's good. So it is a masterpiece. Thoughts on By the Fireplace? Does it smell like ash to you? It's it's a it's a smoky fragrance. Like it smells like fire, if that's what you mean. And I mean, I don't find it to be smoky in like a cigarette-y sort of way, but it straight up smells like fire and it smells like s'mores in the dry down. So it's good. Do you have a beginner's guide for buying fragrances and what you consider as a blind buy versus what you should test first? I think I've made videos on that topic about like best fragrances for beginners, and that's all over my page, so you could check that out if you want to. But to keep it real with you, a lot of those best fragrances for beginners that I talk about are very accessible scents. They steer more towards the affordable side. When I say affordable, I'm comparing it to niche, right? Some niche fragrances are going to go upwards of $300, $400. But the designer realm is great for beginners because you could test out your scents for free. You can listen to my videos, go to the mall, not have to pay for a sample. Like you could test it on your skin and see how you like it, you know? Have you ever tried mixing perfume into melted Vaseline and freezing it again? Freezing it again? No, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. I hate when my favorite fragrance is ruined by a bad memory. Dang. You know what? I will say there have been times where I've worn a scent on like a bad day, but it's never like, you know what? I could see that, how like it could kill the vibe for you. But then I think that my rebound is good enough, you know? Let's see. No, I haven't tried anything from that brand. I'll keep an eye out though, for sure. What do you think of Sol de Janeiro 62? That's not Brazilian Crush, is it? Because Brazilian Crush is good. I don't think I've tried that one, Priestess. Difference between YSL EDP blue bottle versus the black one. I think the black bottle is the Le Parfum. I've only tried the Le Parfum as a sample. And they both smell pretty similar, to be honest. I wasn't like, oh, this is a drastic difference. I also didn't really care so much for Le Parfum. Same for YSL EDP, but it's just one of those things that I will recommend to y'all because you'll like it and other people around you will like it. It's how I feel about YSL myself. It's a compliment magnet. It's going to be very attractive to people, and I just know that it works. The DNA works, but I'm not like crazy about it, you know? Mind Games. Nice. Yes, Brazilian. Oh, you know what? I do have to... Okay, top 5 fragrances of all time. Let me write that down because I need to make that video after this. Okay. All time, because I gotta do my top 5s towards the end of the month again for the year. But I'm sure that y'all can already guess what my top scents are. And it's always interesting because people comment, like they typically ask me that question. It's a very popular question I get and I love it, right? But whenever I make the videos for it, people get irritated and they get pissed off because they're like, talk about something new. And it's like, well, when something new smells better than the ones I love, then I'll talk about it. But why would I talk about a fragrance I don't really like just so that what my audience thinks that I'm sharing new fragrances? That's what my individual reviews are for and what my unboxing videos are for. But when it comes to my favorites, it's very hard to crack the top 5. I think if my top 5 was easily crackable, then they wouldn't be that great. Does that make sense? Do you think Grand Soir leans towards older people? I would say so. It's not a youthful fragrance by any means, but it's good. Sacred Wood by Killian. I don't think I've tried that fragrance. You do a top 5 for men and women, even though fragrance is unisex. For women and men. Yeah, are you talking about like separating it, or you're talking about top 5 unisex fragrances? Is that what you're saying? No, I've tried a Toomey I don't even remember which one it is. to be honest. I mean, it was good. It was good. But out of interest, what is the worst comment you have had about perfume you wore, and what perfume was it? I got a negative reaction from Enigma by Creation E by Raja Parfums when I test these things out. And like, that's why I'm like, yeah. And when I smelled that one too, I was trying to see it, but I wasn't rocking with it. But it was solidified when I wore it around some girls and they were like, that's not, like, what is that? And I'm like, yeah, this is the difference between social media and in person. People on social media are gonna hype up these Rajas and tell you that, oh, it's super sexy, but in person, it's nothing that special. Another one, it's that Dior fragrance. What is it called? It's like a spice. Oh man, I can't even remember the name of it. It's the private blend scent. I've talked about it so much. It's something vanille spice. No. I'm blanking on it, but that one smelled like my grandma. So I gotta say, it's really those two. Also, well, Hyrax and stuff, those aren't like wearable fragrances, but those two got sort of reactions. So have I tried Bath and Body Works? You know what? I have tried some, like the lotions and stuff like that, but I don't think I've reviewed any. So I would love to review some more of them. Not Dior Poison. It's the private blend. It's like one of those Ombre Nuit ones. It comes in those bottles. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Not Oud Silk Mood, only Oud Satin Mood. Now I'm like really trying to remember. Dang, I can't think of it. But I don't know. Dior Poison though is kind of, that's the one of the Apple thing, right? I'm not really. But yes, Vanilla Diorama. That's the one. Vanilla Diorama is total pass. Got a negative reaction from that as well. My favorite artist. I don't have a favorite artist. I like songs, but I'm not like super into an artist that there hasn't been someone that I'm like, oh, I love all their songs. You know? Nice. You like that brand. Cool. Those are super different. Ombre Nuit if you want something sweeter. Silver Mountain Water if you want something that's going to be fresher. Do I listen to K-pop? I don't, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool that people listen to K-pop. What do you think about the new Hugo Boss Elixir? I only ever really tried it for that video I did with Erica. I think I blind smelled it there. I don't really remember it as much, to be honest, after the fact. But in that moment, it was pretty good. Let's see. Hi, how's it going? I don't have, honestly, favorite winter fragrances for guys. I mean, maybe Leighton. A lot of the sweet scents that I love, that I find sexy, are not like the masculine ones. I think Carlisle can have that vibe for sure, but the sweet wintertime ones are the unisex fragrances. So that's why I'm like, and the masculine ones they're okay. I do like Rehab by Inicio. But I would say if the choice was between Rehab or Spice Bomb Extreme, I'm going Spice Bomb Extreme. My worst perfume comment I had was someone asking to stay away from the one I wore, Interlude Black Iris. Yeah, no, that fragrance, I don't like that scent. I don't like that scent. I tried that on myself. I had to wash that off, but it still stayed on me because that's just what happens. Have I ever tried fragrances in oil form? I tried that, I think, a couple times, but it was months ago, maybe like a year ago or something. Do I listen to K-pop? I don't know. No. I don't. Not really. But again, it's cool. Let's make a video of your sister ranking the MFKs. So I have a couple of MFKs. I'd love to do another video with her when we both have time. But yeah, she liked her favorite one that I remember her asking was called Amris Om. That was one that she liked on the masculine side. I've been loving Salt and Pepper and Aqua Oud. Those are fire. Hi, how are you? I would say though, between those two, My favorite, well, you already know which one my favorite is, but I do think that if you're somebody going for complexity, then go Aqua Oud over salt and pepper. All right. 20 minutes. We hit the 20-minute mark, y'all. I'll probably go live again, but I got to make this video for, hold on, I'm going to write his name so I shout him out, Abid. He asked some good questions. I love when people ask, like they're like, okay, can you make a video on this or something? Always super fire. Cold, should I go with perfume that suits colder weather or a professional based fragrance? If you're at work indoors, I say go professional. Like if you're partying outdoors, then yeah, like, you know, wear your sweet scent. But if you're at work, then stay professional. That's the way that I look at it. All right, y'all. Shout out, love y'all, and I'll make that video